Alrighty, so I'm standing here on 15 on the cart path. There's the green. There is a surface tile in here already because somebody already knew we were going to have some water here this spring, I'm sure. And there's the way back up the hill. So I'm standing right over the spot, and there's a lot of flow down here for Saturday afternoon when it's still cold. And you can see over here to my right, about 30-40 yards is where the other part wants to cross from up by 16. So I don't know if there's some way to, if you do it across the surface, do you cut both of them down here to this point left of the cart path and let it drain across here? I'm sure that would dry this up over here greatly. And I really don't know if it's a good idea to cut the water all the way across 15 when you have good tile down there. I would say let's do exactly what Kurt said and spade it out across the surface if we're going to do that. And then I'm going to walk it back here up to 16 so you can kind of get a feel for what we're talking about here. The ditch that would be cut in here isn't going to have a whole lot of an effect till you get out past these oaks here on 16. These are the big oaks on the left. And somewhere in here they start to come into play. And you can see I'm roughly halfway between the tree line on the left and the trees on the right, those big oaks. So you'll definitely get some balls that even go across. So now what do you do to prevent that from slowing down play? Do you abut the water hazard right up to the out of bounds? Can you do that? Do you say it's a water hazard all the way up the hillside and stop maintaining it? Maybe intentionally plant something with some taller grass in it? But you're going to end up with balls over there that people can possibly see and find. So you got to do something to keep them on this side of the hazard at this point if you're going to do what we're talking about here. And now there's the green. I'm still walking through the lowest area down here, and the edge of the fairway is right over here. I'm maybe 5 feet away from that right now. And this is still the low spot. And I'm right on the edge of the fairway. And remember, he said 30 feet. And then there's actually a little low spot through here. So I have a feeling that we'd maybe try to tie into this low spot and then spade it all the way out to this other low spot. Now, one other option we have here to keep some water flowing through this is all of this water over here that we redirected a couple years ago. I don't know if that was last spring or the fall before, but there's pretty good flow through here too right now. So one other option is to take that water and channel it through here and use that as feeder. And one good thing about that is it helps keep our ponds more full in the event of some sort of dry weather. If we get any rain at all, we can use this water rather than running it back into the park like it does today. Over here somewhere there must be a drain. So if you try to seam that together and loop it around the green here, you know, somewhere in this area, this is where that big mound used to be, where the ground's pushed up by the force of that spring. So we've got feeder coming out of the hillside. I believe this is a spring, I'm not 100% sure. And then you can just head pretty much straight that direction towards where we just came from. 30 feet wide, that's pretty much the whole space to the tree line over there. And then here is the edge of the green. And I was just going to give you guys a feel for what this looks like. Because now there's not a whole lot of room left, and a lot of balls go over there, and a smart person, you can't get it around these three big frickin' trees. have to pump it out over there. Now the thing about these trees here is they do protect this green, and they work. So we'd have to do something else to protect the green here. But we'd have to get it out of play so that people can put their balls down in here safely and get them onto the green. So I don't know if you plant some trees along maybe the cart path and up the hill even a little bit and try to get some growth out of them. These are by far way too big to move. I mean, these are big trees. But this one in particular is totally in play. If I stand out here on the edge of the fairway and look straight up, I get branches. So I can't say that's very fair if we add hazard left. The way it stands today, yeah, it works. It makes this hole quite challenging. It is no longer the easiest hole in the course, in my opinion. There's a number of people that can barely make it down this hill, but that's it's a challenge we have in place out here. But to leave that green wide open to a ball from the tee box is also a challenge. So, you know, do we have some remodeling to do here after this? Absolutely. We have bunker work to do anyhow. You try to make one bigger bunker to protect the whole front of the green so that balls can't run into there. Do you add a tee box further back and around the hillside and make people tee off over the top of, you know, carts basically? I don't know, just some thoughts for you. I'll upload this to YouTube and we'll talk to you guys soon.